artist in Jacksonville, Florida, coming out of Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm here on the MilkJugMafia with my friend, Money.
Hey, that's me.
Oh.
This is excellent. You were supposed to be on here like forever ago because you've been here since before I even decided to do this.
I was one of your biggest advocates.
Yes, I was just about to say, you were the main one. Like, you should do it, like, all the encouragement, all the confidence, all the positivity. Like, you can really take credit for a lot of the growth I've done.
I take credit.
You should, because honestly, people that talk to you and inspire you, they need credit. Those people deserve that. Like,
Your personality is the reason why you're here.
But the push, I needed it because I was like, man, nobody cares. And people still may not care, but now I don't care. So
that's right.
Yeah, this the platform. This what we doing. So today, Broad, we just talking about.
Excited to be here.
Yeah.
Definitely am.
No, I'm glad we're finally doing this because I've been wanting to have a guy to talk to on the show because a lot of men support me and listen to me, but I know that, they want men to have a voice and I want men to be heard on my show or on my podcast. So it's like, I'm totally cool with that. So it is what it is on that part of it. But today we're just going to talk, how we always talk, music.
Yeah.
Just organically, me and him talk about everything. We've been good friends for a while. So everything is going to kind of be just, I don't want to say all over the place, but it'll just be a regular. Yeah, it's a customized conversation. Like we just kind of, picking each other's brains. We, the moment is created with this. So go back to, we were going to do music first, but go back to your pedicure. I mean.
So the backstory for the listeners. So I was getting a pedicure 2 weeks ago and I posted it on my story. And a lot of my male followers that I'm cool with, they gave me a lot of flack for it because I was getting a pedicure. And I just, it's funny how, a lot of men still look down on manis and pedis thinking that's gay. And it's not gay to take care of yourself. And honestly, if you have a way about manis and pedis, I'm going to feel like you don't interact with women like that.
Right.
So that's my take on it. Yeah, I feel like all men should take care of themselves. Like,
I think that they take it to an extreme because they're like, a lot of it is when you want to like kind of take gender out of everything, it's, that's supposed to be for girls. And it's just, that's not the case. Women get their feet done because they enjoy the paint and the artistry of it. But at the end of the day, podiatry is a practice. Like healthcare is broad and has specialties because every part of your body is supposed to be taken care of. Like your cuticles, your nail beds, the extra skin, the ingrown toenails, all of that is supposed to be catered to. And internally, if you have any diseases, autoimmune diseases, whatever, any ailments that you may go through, or even just life being life, you going through the motions and you develop these different, like diabetics, should be people, if it runs in your family, you need to be eating good and you need to be getting pedicures because gout in your feet, like that stuff is so real. And being someone and I say this on my show so much, I was a CNA for a long time. So I saw this men have the most, like all the old men I took care of, and not all of them, because it was fair and few. You found with nice everything. A lot of those men had disgusting feet. I mean, toenails a different color. Your toenail, you should be able to see the color of your nail beds when you look at your feet. Like if you dark, you should be able to see that you're dark through your nails. Like your nails should not be yellow or purple or whatever. And like it's so far beyond gay. It's like not even funny.
And it's funny you said that because it's more. The funny thing about it is like a couple of weeks ago, I learned that it's just not to make your nails and your toes look good. It's more of a health thing too.
Maintenance, because you get like, say you
like going to the gym.
Yeah, like say you wear flip flops or slides a lot, or if you like to walk around your house barefoot sometimes, or if you just like, it's just wear and tear. Your body goes through wear and tear like a car or anything else. So it's like eventually dead skin piles up. Like all that stuff has to be treated. Like it's not there's just no way around that. And I think that men that try so hard to like, oh, that's gay, that's for men, like that don't make you no better. That just make you a nasty foot ass nigga. Like that's just, that's disgusting to me. Like you're not better than a man for belittling him for taking care of himself. Like you sound he doesn't seem pathetic. You do. You're pathetic for picking on somebody for just wanting to be in better health and being aware of that. The fact that you may not have always gotten pedicures, but you took it upon yourself to make that change makes you better than most men that I know. Like, men care about the opinions of other men so much they won't like go outside of their normal comfort zone to do something that they might actually like for themselves. It's okay to have your own personality. It's okay to be your own person, ladies and gentlemen.
First of all, women look at the nails.
I look at that on rip. I look at that.
That's like the one. If your nails
shiny,
shiny, you're gonna have a likely less % chance to get certain women.
Yep.
And then you touching women. You want to touch one with dirty hands, dirty nails, especially when y'all, doing sexually.
That's right. Like, my grandma used to tell me all the time, like, she would grab my hands and she would be like, your nails carry poison. She was like, if you're not keeping under your nails clean, washing your hands, doing things like being cautious about it. And it's not about being a clean freak, but just being aware of what you touch and cross-contamination. Like, it's disgusting. She was like, your nails carry around everywhere you've been with you. So don't, like, all that gay stuff, be gay all you want to be, but as long as you clean. Like, I'm not, like,
it's funny.
I don't understand how clean is gay. Like, that's stupid.
It's from, first of all, that don't bother me. I never cared because I've always been.
Right. Niggas gonna be niggas.
But too, like, growing up, like, I always been a bigger guy. So it's like, you always don't be a bigger guy. You really gotta, I mean, all guys, but you really.
I have noticed that in my life.
Yourself.
Bigger men that I've dealt with, like, they're not even like fat, but just like.
But
yeah, like,
you want to, they take care.
Hearing you say that makes a lot of sense.
Because people, you hear bigger guy, you get this tan. A lot of people get tan like dirty, stink.
Because your body can hold scents. Bigger people can carry scents, hold scents. So you do have to be more mindful of it. But it's also like, that makes sense when you say that, because I have been with men that they weren't fat, but they weren't like scrawny, skinny either. And they were the most clean. They were the most like, and not even like self-conscious, like wandering around wondering if he's staying, just naturally clean. Like, like, I remember I dated this boy, he took like 2-3 showers a day. Like, it just depended on the type of day he was having, but he was gonna shower. Like, that was just, he was super, super clean. And I really look at that when I date, though. Like, do you feel like, what do you think men look at with girls, like, dating?
Well,
the ones that have sense, that ain't just attracted to, like, because beneath the surface, like, obviously, men.
You talking about physically or just mentally, or just in general?
I'm gonna ask it to you this way. I'm not generalizing men, and I'm not saying all men are the same. Yeah. But a lot of men off rip pick a girl because they're like, oh, she's attractive, she looks pretty. Right. Like, that's just. That's out the gate. Like, that's the gate. Most men like what they see, and that's how they pick their books. That's true. They judge a book by its cover, and that is totally fine. Yeah. Because if you think she's pretty, you think she's pretty. Whatever. Like, I want my man to look good. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, but you looking good does not deter whether I'm gonna like you, be serious with you, take you seriously, want to get to know you. You have to sell yourself to me. You have to have a personality. So it just made me wonder, like, with men, do y'all, after you're like, okay, she's pretty and I kind of like her vibe, but like, what do you do to like narrow down whether a girl is like, okay, I'm gonna pick her, or nah, I'm not, she not it, or I don't know yet.
I would say personality for sure, number one. Are you like, do you take everything serious? Are you fun? Like, I like women who's funny, who like to joke around, who don't really, who have like lighthearted, jokes, who cool. That's first. Second, are you nice? Are you nice? Are you just genuinely nice to people? I like women who are just nice to people and not nice to gain something, feel like they're gaining something from being nice to this particular person.
I'm glad you noticed that about people.
Second, third, that's the biggest thing. Third, do you keep yourself up by far dressing?
Right.
I'm not the most dressy guy, but I don't think I look crazy.
I think men know what look good. I think that even if you know your style and you're confident in how you choose your style, I think it's okay to be like, I may be a plain guy, but I want a girl with a little spice. Like, I want a little spice. I want a little
swag. You want style. Like,
whatever your stilo is with a girl. Like, I think it's okay to just know what you want and know what you want from someone else, even if you can't deliver that. Sometimes it's okay to just be parallel with somebody. Like, that may not be me, but some people like opposites, and some men don't. That's why I ask, like,
I like girl who put it together, but diverse. Like, she can dress up if she wants, but she can also chill, lay back, and still like do the dance. She still look good either way. I like that. Confidence. I like women with confidence. Like,
right.
I know it's crazy. I guess because I grew up in the house. I grew up with dominant women, like all my life with dominant women. So it's like, I'm just used to women being like confident.
And you've learned, and you
love it.
being around that has also, I can tell, it's taught you to trust women more.
I love to see
you
women
definitely do.
Because women like confident wise, you can tell when a woman confidence is shot because it's apparent. Like even if a man confidence shot, they can still put on the bravado like I'm that, but you start having further conversations, they not what they portray.
You can tell it's obvious.
But women like publicly be like, you can tell like they're scared to take pictures, they're scared to kind of think everybody looking at them. They think that it's like, no, I like women to walk in the building and own it. I've always been a fan of that. That's very attractive. So I would be my top. Confidence, nice personality, style.
Right.
That'd be my top.
Everyday thing, because you have to deal with it. Because you have to kind of, everything becomes daily when you deal with somebody, a long term anyway. So yeah, because that's what I'm mainly talking about. Like if you're looking at like picking somebody to deal, because this is somebody you'd have to deal with every day. So definitely.
Yeah.
So you're single right now?
Yes.
And you're dating?
Yes.
So dating and being single right now, I know this because I know you personally. You have a lot of homegirls. How do you dating right now and having a lot of homegirls? What type of balance is that? Like, are you just dating just to date, or like if you find somebody serious or you find the one or whatever the case is, right. It's like how would that change for you having all these homegirls and stuff? Because I personally like the diversity. Like you have all these different types of friends, people that show up for you, there for you. They're not fighting over nothing. They're just like, you're proof that people can coexist and be friends with people of the opposite sex. So it just makes me wonder, like, how do you deal with stuff like that?
That's the funny thing about that one is I never had like a serious relationship. So I never been in a situation where I have had to have that happen. But I've had, like, I do think about that of girls I'm talking to, because girls I'm talking to it, they do bring it up.
Okay.
But that's a good question, because like I know I'm able to separate my homegirls, like all my true homegirls, like
right. True friends.
It's amicable, like nothing's happening.
Right.
Now, it's the funny thing about it, it's probably like 4 or 5. I do like that's called like true genuine homegirls.
Right.
That may be a lot, but
that's what your truth is.
Yeah. So it might be about 4 or 5. That's like on an everyday basis, these are my homegirls.
Right.
And I have a lot of associates, but if you get the type of friends and associates.
Yeah.
Like associates, I hang out with them.
There's levels to stuff. There's different types of
Yeah.
boundaries and relationships and friendships and stuff. So
but
I get that.
Girl, of course she is president. Like she gonna.
It's not about.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean it as far as her.
Yeah.
Being reassured, because you should be doing that before she's even your girlfriend, making
right.
sure like that's established. If I was dating a guy that had homegirls, I would want him to let me meet his homegirls before we even get serious. But I feel like for me, if I'm dating a guy and I have guy friends, like whoever I date or whoever I settle down with or whatever, they need to understand, like, if I tell you this is my friend, that's it. Like as adults, we grown. I don't want no man explaining to me, if you tell me this girl is your friend, she's your friend. If I find out something or something happens later, because I know how to discern things, then I'll leave it alone and let you figure out if you still like your homegirl. Because, you can tell but I feel like people have to be straight up honest. And I feel like when you're insecure and you have trust issues, or if you're one of those people who don't know how to be just a friend to a girl, then yeah, you're going to be like, I don't trust that you being friends with a guy. And it's like, of course you don't trust it, because you wouldn't trust yourself around another girl. That has nothing to do with me. Life, like for me, the platonic friendships I've had in my life, especially with other men, I value them so much because like I told you earlier, I enjoy the male perspective so much, but I enjoy it from a place of respect and from wisdom. A lot of men don't have wisdom. They just have a bunch of assumptions and stuff that they've seen online and stuff that they've gone through that were negative, and they never sat back and took accountability. They just blamed the woman and moved on and found another girl to play. And it's like, no, you need to sit back and think about why the relationships you're putting yourself in they're making you have all these trust issues. They're making you think you can't trust people or have these bonds, or people aren't capable of forming bonds or having real, like, just only friendships, like just strictly nothing else. And I'm like, that's your problem. You can't make your insecurities my problem. So it made me just wonder, like, are you thinking about it from a more authentic standpoint? Like, look, this is me, and whoever I'm with just needs to accept the people that are in my life. Because I think that's what you should be doing anyways. Like, no, you should not be compromising yourself for a woman. Like, it should be this is who I am and I'm gonna accept, because you're not a dishonest person. So it's like, I totally.
But two, it's like I don't hide nothing. Like even if you, the crazy part, if you follow me on social media, you think you know me because the way I don't hide nothing. Like you know all my friends. It's not even no, I want everybody to be in my life. It's just natural. That's just me. I really don't hide nothing. I post grandma on my home. And like
you post everything.
Yeah, you're gonna see my family. So it's like, so like you said, like I'm not gonna hide nothing. I don't mind my home. My homegirls,
you post
they want to meet. You know,
if you're like, hey, I like,
they're gonna meet,
right. And that's the type of stuff that I like. Yeah. Like, you know, authentic, it's open, it's transparent. It's just, this is what this is. Nobody wants to see bad done to you. They literally just wish you the best. I feel like in situations like that, it goes back to what we were talking about in the restaurant. Like, people have all these malicious intent behind the relationships they create with people. If I'm your friend and we establish a bond, it's like, okay, cool, we're good friends or whatever, and I don't want to see nothing bad happen to you. It's not oh, you're my friend and you need to stop everything you're doing for me. And the minute you do something that I don't deem as acceptable or as worth my time, like you said, using people for your own personal gain, that's not a real friend. Like, you're not a good person. And you can't tell me nothing about a platonic friendship, or if I'm like, a man can't walk up in my life and treat people like that, seeking to gain, and think you can tell me who's worthy of being my friend or not. You trying to just take from me. So, well,
I mean, I've been blessed too. Like I would say, I've been blessed.
When you will be though.
Sometimes I'll be blessed. Like I was able to like have a group of friends and people in my life that's genuinely good people. It's hard to find that. Genuinely, like don't want nothing from me or nothing that. I see people I haven't talked to probably in a couple months, but they know, like, I think about them all the time.
Right.
And eventually, like, I'm going to hit you up. And if I don't hit you, I'm thinking about you. And then I'm going to
social media
I might sleep anything to, I really want to, if I want to spend time, I'm going to find time to spend time with somebody I want to spend time with.
Right.
And that's just genuine.
Social media kind of weans that out too, because you can kind of check in and see how people are doing.
Yeah.
Based on that too. So it's a way to keep up with people. I think that people need to kind of understand checking in with your people, but also I understand kind of taking things lightly, like, okay, they posted such and such, so I know they doing good, or, oh, they did this, so I know, like, some stuff just ain't that big of a deal. But I think you gotta, sometimes you should. Sometimes you gotta not take stuff personal, but take note of it. And then after so long, it's like, okay, well, I'm trying to make all these efforts and do all these things, but this person ain't reciprocating, and I can't afford that anymore as far as a friendship. And I think that that's okay. I just think that people should think about stuff like that and think about the actions and stuff, the effort they give, the effort the other person give. Like, think about it from both sides. Put yourself in the other person's shoes before you just leave it alone. If you put yourself in the other person's shoes and think about the effort they gave you, and it's just like a no, it's just a no. Real.
I think a quote that helped me too was like that. Some people really be in your life for a season.
Yeah.
And it'll be nothing wrong with that. Maybe this person was literally supposed to be here for a couple of years. Y'all grew, and sometimes y'all grow.
Yeah. I just thank God for the evolution and the clarity, because I didn't waste my life with people that didn't serve me no good. And I'm like, I'm always just happy that they're gone, honestly. But, well, I guess since we ain't talked about the music, let's shift over to those questions I asked you. Do you think women move on faster than men?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
I think.
Do you think that it's portrayed that way, or you think they actually move on?
No, I think it's portrayed more that men move faster than women, but I think it's the other way around, because I think women deal with it before a man does. I think a woman would cry, they'll be broken heart,
and will be with still
cool. Right. They're gonna cry. They got their tears doing. It's like, man, fuck her, da 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 da. And they try to move on, then they have a bottle. Then they see the girl being happy, then they want to creep back in. You're not over that girl,
right?
You're convincing yourself over it. I think a lot
because they don't want to deal with their emotions.
I think a lot of men try to convince themselves that.
Yeah, instead of just dealing with their emotions and just letting it out, accepting they played a part and letting it go, or. A lot of relationships could be reconciled if people would just hold themselves accountable. Honestly.
I've seen girls take us like 6 months, like from a bad breakup, 6 month break, cry. Because
a lot of girls,
you'll be heartbroken. It is
because I've done that, like fresh out of a relationship, like jump straight into. I've got out of relationships and jumped straight into dating, like that next couple weeks. But that's because I do all the crying and all that stuff while I'm still with you because I don't want to let it go. So I'm like, I'm trying everything I can think of before I walk away. I'm going to do everything I can think of before I walk away. I've done some crazy stuff to try to see if a man really care for me, and I don't know how to do that no more.
When a girl is done, she's done.
She's done, and that's why
Girls
I
give you
feel like
80 million times.
I feel like
time, but that one when they not crying no more, when they
right. That's why I feel like it's
it.
portrayed. I feel like it's more like portrayed that we move on faster. We don't move on faster. We process emotions better. We're more mature in that sense. So we can do that. We will do that. Especially now, some girls will be dumped, and some girls get dumped and have to go through all that. And then that's where like you say, the whole months and months of taking that time. So definitely.
And then too, it comes from like you said, we don't. I'm putting myself in the hole. Not saying I don't, but I'm saying we don't process emotions. That was a great one. Like we don't. It's not really move on fast. It's like we don't process the emotion because, like you said, you'll be like, oh, this girl can do this. What am I missing? Da 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 da. But it's like you miss that girl. Because you creep on her page every chance you get, every day. You're trying to look at her story, or you might get your homeboy look at her story, but it's actually you.
And I know people be doing that because people be watching my stuff, and I'm like, who sent you?
And it's like I be hearing guys like, man, I can tell when a guy's trying to convince themselves that they owe somebody. You're trying to convince yourself, but in your heart, you know, somebody.
Yep. The devil be playing with people like that. People that don't face their emotions, people that don't face their emotions, the devil gonna play with you. They're gonna force you to expose your true feelings, whether it's just, it don't matter what it is. If you don't just release everything and let it out, the good, the bad, the ugly, yeah, you're gonna be done. Because I done had men spin the block on me a million times, like, I can't let it go. I already let you go, boo. So let it go. Let it go.
Two is like,
people don't want to believe it.
Boy crying over a girl, you look crazy. You look crazy from the guys and the girls, because I've heard girls saying, he be doing too much, he's too emotional.
Well, for me, it's not even the crying. It's you want to cry. For me, it's offensive. You want to cry when I'm done. My thing is men do their emotions and the way they react to stuff is so late. Like a girl will be gone, done with you somewhere else mentally, and it's like, I've been trying to get you to be on the same page as me for months. Now that I'm done, you on your knees crying, bitch, get up. Oh no, That's what gets me about men. Men do stuff when it's too late, and that is the most offensive shit to me.
I don't think you're leaving.
When I'm done, that shit is offensive as fuck. You playing me for a weak ass bitch.
You can say the same thing.
Just go. You think I just go for anything? You think I'm never gonna leave? Bet. And I tell women all the time, if you don't, it is harder to leave. And I tell women all the time, when you leave and give a man, you have to make a man work for it. Because I did that to men too. I'm quick to. I'm my dad's daughter. He quick to leave a woman. I'm quick to leave a man. I'll walk out, talk to you later. Have a man blowing my phone up.
I think
we can talk later, because it makes to make a man chase you after that. It's like, damn, men have chased me because they'll get so comfortable. It'll be all this going on. Everything's good with me. And then until it's not. And then it's, oh, well, I thought you were just always going to be there. I was. Now I'm uncomfortable. Now everybody's uncomfortable. So that's just how I operate with people. You're not finna sit up and make me feel some kind of way. And nobody knows about it.
I think too, like in a situation where the girl be at fault at, enabling.
Yes.
Yes. Really leaving.
I've had to sit in my own shit and be like, bitch, you really shouldn't have sat up. There are times where I won't say nothing to a man because I'm like, that's my fucking fault for even. I knew better. I knew who you was, and I still did this shit anyways. Trust and believe. I have done that to enough time. That's why I'm so firm in how I act now and how I conduct myself with people. I'm not letting up on me. Because people will fucking, and a man's good for this. Not all men, but a lot of men, I didn't ask you to do that. You know what? Bet. You know what?
That's how I did.
I bet you. Bet. Your girl will go down this long list. I did all this stuff because I care for you. I didn't ask you to do that. Bet, bitch. You ain't gonna like this new bitch I am.
But that's his true self. Like, he telling you, like,
yep.
Now you could have helped him out tremendously by doing it. But if you try to bring it back up, I ain't gonna ask you that, because that's his defense back, because he didn't ask you to do it. You did it off the merit of your heart, because you're just a good person. But when he says that, he's not wrong.
Right.
It's fucked up that he said it. Because at the time, you weren't saying that when I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? So then, because a lot of girls in relationships, I be people like, they end up becoming like their mother. Low key.
My mom told me that when I got pregnant.
You like another mother.
She used to tell me about my baby daddy. She would be like, don't raise, she said, you have your daughter. You raise her. You don't raise him. And that's because he's been enabled his whole life. So yeah, that's That was a hard lesson I had to learn from being with her dad. I learned a lot from being with my child's father. I am so grateful to be delivered from that hot mess of a relationship. I learned so much from letting go of control. I learned so much from a situation that I knew I couldn't control and shouldn't have even put myself in the first place. Knew I should have known better. Like, there's a lot of stuff I should have known better, but it's like, it's whatever, not a baby here. And now I'm at a point now where just step up to the plate and be a dad. I don't want to hear all those excuses about coulda, shoulda, woulda. Oh, well, life happens, and eventually you going to end up having a kid or doing something dramatic to make your life change for the better or for worse. I'm not going to sit up and debate with people about mistakes I've made. I'm just going to eat that shit and move on. Like, God's still blessing me. I'm not going to sit up and debate that with, look, they ain't debating that with nobody. Like, my dad's rushing me home to fix this car. So we're going to do the last question. What was the question? Oh, this is more broad because this is just something I cannot stand and it's getting on my nerves. But I really don't understand why people put themselves in situations where they could have communicated better the first time or just been open and just gone for it and then worry about how the person's going to respond. That's kind of what I mean by the question. A lot of people assume how someone's going to react to what they do or what they say or what they ask. And they're like, oh, I'm not going to say nothing or I'm not going to do it because I'm insecure about how they might react, or I'm playing all these scenarios in my head, overthinking it. And it's like, just do it. Just take a leap of faith. Oh, jump ship and just see what happens. Don't worry about hearing them say no or something negative. Like, accept it for what it is. Like, I feel like you have to put yourself in those uncomfortable situations to grow and be more comfortable talking to people without worrying about how, because I used to be like that too. But then I started my first job was sales. So I working at Foot Locker. I don't want to offer all this shit to these people. But after a while, and I started, when you learn the products and the value of them, you just sell them and you don't worry about if people want to buy. You just sell it for what it is. You try to push it and that's it.
I mean, I'm in the ultimate, like making music. That's all you're doing is pushing your comfort zone because if you personally know me, I'm not a big personality. I'm pretty chill. I'm quiet, but it's funny. I got a lot of friends, but I'm pretty quiet, so I don't know why people want to hang out with me. That'd be the funny part.
You are fun to hang out with.
So, but I'm not a big personality, but it's like when I'm doing music, it's like a switch. Because it is, you at your comfort zone, like you might pull up one, and I could be outside shooting a video, like in front of and people watching, they might not stop and hey, but it's like you got these strangers watching. But it's just like, how much do you love it? You just do it. You really just do it. Really not. You just do it. And then you be like, in the back of your mind, I'm really doing this shit. But like, once you in it, you in it.
Right. And you put yourself in these moments where you're like, oh, I did it. It's an experience. I remember that. And you feel like you're capable enough to do it again. And I feel like people are falling behind in life because they're too scared to take a leap of faith and just do it without thinking. You think it's so hard about other people who gonna sit around and be the numbers added onto your music or adding on to your exposure. These people are numbers that they're watching you. They're seeing what you're gonna do next. They can speculate and say what they want to say, but they're ultimately waiting for you to do something so they can watch and say something because they're not a part of the creative process. Like
I also had to learn too, like, when people, like you say something, like people are trying to, but people don't take credit. It'd be like your older family members, like back in the days. It's a new generation now. I feel like this generation is very creative. We're going to do whatever we want. You can't, but it's like, it was frowned upon because when you're trying to get into like entrepreneurship, entertainment or whatever.
Black people aren't good at pushing versatility.
It's a 1 in a million chance. So I know, like, your parents are just looking out for their kid.
Your parents want you to be stable because they know how the world treats us. And you know what I mean when I say us.
You know, you're right.
And I think that our older generations, our elders, they're scared of. They've been conditioned by this world, and our generation is like we're breaking a chain.
We break it.
And our older generation, while they clapping for us, they're like, okay, I want you to be safe. I want you to have something that you can have when I'm not here. Like, they're just scared for how we're going to turn out if they're not here. And it's like, y'all got to let us do this and just let us change the world because y'all, and I feel bad for our older generation because I feel like they were creative too. And they were just pushed away out of those, they were pushed out of those spaces and they weren't able to do those things or even explore those options because they had to fight to stay in this economy. I feel like Black people had to fight to maintain our generations. Like, our parents and elders sacrificed a lot so we can have names and have jobs and be some type of class in this world, whether it's middle, poor, like something. Because
back in the day, like, I think back in the day, like you said, what we went through because they put us in projects and we had to feel for ourselves. That's a whole.
I can't relate to that part, but yeah.
But I think
I ain't never lived in no projects, but
I mean,
I know what you mean though. But like
black
parents,
people
black people, all of us
Yeah.
have done. My mom, even though I wasn't raised poor.
Yeah.
There were times in my life where I didn't live in the projects. I just don't remember it because my mom figured it out before I was old enough to realize it. But like, I really just feel like our parents, no matter what class, had to sacrifice something so they recognize us as black people. That's why they get so mad when we do stupid stuff or embarrassing stuff, because we have to establish a role in this country just as a demographic, as black people, because we don't have it. It's just
black people just so happy to get a check.
Yeah, and it's like, but we settle for that. Like, oh, well, we're just happy to be a part of it. And now we're like, no, we deserve. Now our generation is like, no, we deserve this shit, and we do. Our parents did too. We deserve to fight for more too. I don't care what nobody says.
When we look at we shouldn't have to look at mean and just feel like they're like, like
we'll never
be me.
And I hate when people talk like, oh, that could never be me.
Yes,
and I'll tell you this too.
Yeah.
I don't like to deal with no man who has a negative mindset. It's cheap is so unattractive to me. Yeah. And not cheap in like, oh, I don't want to buy this, I don't want to buy that. Cheap as in you don't think you can get anything beyond what you've already gained in life. I'm scared of you because I don't want to be with no man who's like, oh, well, we're just going to have to make this work and this is all we're going to get. No, I don't deserve that.
Because he's scared.
Right, yeah.
You're scared of
more. Right.
A lot of people scared of
I don't want to be with no man like that.
You can't be scared of the unknown. Because it can work.
It can work.
They forget that it can work.
Two people with a lot of faith and the will to do it. God is going to bless you. I have watched it. God rewards consistent work. That is something I have learned. Like, hard work is rewarded. He sees it. And two people with good intentions doing it, a good union, a good man and woman together, so strong, so powerful.
That's number.
Definitely. Well, we're going to wrap this up. I appreciate you coming on, MilkJugMafia. I appreciate you doing all this. Next time, we're going to have to do music more in depth because I need that.
Ravone E on all streaming platforms. Listen to my music.
What's the project that's coming?
It's called Smooth Operator, October 6th.
What is it? Smooth Operator? Mm-hmm. October 6th.
October 6th.
New project, 10 projects.
Really Mine, first single out now, all streaming platforms. Y'all gonna like this one. Y'all support Monty, anything she do.
Shout out Rome.
Shout out my brother Rome. Wild Perspective Pods. You do so much, you just forget. Wild Perspective.
Yep. Versatility, that's
everything,
right.
Rome, that's my brother. Shout out to the whole, everybody, all my friends.
Yeah, everybody that goes on Wild Perspectives, good vibes, good talks, good people. Yeah. Love it.